This is the project file for Cube Dash in the Unity game engine. And at the bottom here, you'll see the assets panel. This includes everything that would be used in the project. I have the animations folder, materials, scenes, and scripts. For example, the scripts folder contains all of the C# files that I have written in order to make the game function. This includes the player collision script, which is used to detect when the player object collides with, say, the ground or an obstacle. And in particular, the player movement script I have here. It uses if statements under a fixed update method in order to move the player using forces when either the A or D key is pressed. It also determines if the player is 3 units below the stage, and if that's the case, then it is able to detect that, and it resets the game using another method I have written called the endgame function. Back to the Unity game engine, if we go to the scenes folder and select level 1, we can then find the player and press F to focus on it. And from the Scene tab in the Unity game engine up here, we can see everything from the camera to the light source and all of the objects and ground in the scene. There's also the Game tab, which is essentially what the player would be seeing. It's a preview to help you position the camera or move certain objects around. Next, on the right side, we have the Inspector panel. And say we clicked on the player object. This includes all of the components that the certain object we clicked on includes. There's a box collider, which is used to determine physics that apply to the object. This works in tandem with the rigid body component. There's also the transform component, which we can use to scale or move the object. Also down here we can use the add component function to add new scripts or, say, other rigid bodies. So let's see the game in action. If we go to the menu and click play, at the top, that's how you can run the game while still in the engine to test out what you have running. Click start and use the A and D keys. The number you see at the top of the screen is the score, or the distance the player has traveled in that level. When the player hits a invisible object at the end of the specific level, then it detects that and shows you the level complete screen along with resetting the level and loading the next one. The order of the levels are determined using the build settings from going to File, Build Settings. And up here we can drag in each of the scenes and order them as we please.